Okay, it looks like I'm live. Let me put earbuds on. Just give me one moment. Actually, I do have my earbuds on. Okay, guess I am good. Okay. All right. All right. So we're about to get started tonight. This is in regards to the brothers, the fellas, getting your passport. Getting the passport is important because not only that it will allow you to travel for vacation, but just in case of an emergency, if something breaks out, you'll be able to have the means to be able to travel out of the country and things. So, advocating for the brothers to get your passport and things like that. So, because there's no reason that you guys don't have your passport. Why is it needed? Because you already know around here in the Western world that we call America, it's not a good site for for a lot. There's great things about America and then things that are not so great. As a black man in America, it's not the greatest. Far as for date and mate selection, because we are overran by feminism. That a lot of the other brothers are checking out and looking into other alternatives and things like that. So this is why having a passport is very, very important. I made some comments on somebody's channel. I can't think of what it was. It started gaining traction and things. So it's one of those type of things that happens sometimes. And basically, what I said is that it was a response to a brother. He was on one of those like black social media programs where he was really pouring his heart out, and he started tearing up because he got a little emotional. It was just really referencing about how as black men, how we try so much to please black women, all the rest of this stuff. We just can't. In other words, we just don't seem to. It's not reciprocal. So that's what he was basically saying. And to make a long story short, so I made a comment. And I said, "Black men, you need to get your passport. That ship has sailed." So I did that, and then after that, it was just one of those things that started gaining a lot of traction. But getting back to the passport situation, you know, um, black men, you need your passport. Now, if you have like issues with child support, things like that, um, now I'm not an attorney, but I believe as long as you're caught up and you're not in the, if you're not in the rears on, I'm trying to think of how to say it here. If you're up to date on your yeah, and you can check and verify with that. But if you're up to date with your child support, you can get a passport, if I'm correct. So you can double check on that. But I'm quite certain as long as you're caught up on your child support payments, you can still obtain a passport. But they will not grant it to you if you're in the rears and on and things like that. So that's something to look into. But it's very important for black men to get your passports and things. Because again, we don't really have a lot. We are once again, as I mentioned before, we do not have a large dating pool and things like that anymore. And things because, like I said, in America, with women in general, it's a dumpster fire. Just to say it like that. But as far as getting your passport, which is cool, you might be looking at about $170, maybe a little bit less, but you get the passport. You can apply on the internet, or you can go to the post office and you can apply for getting yourself a passport and things like that. So, and then once you apply for the passport and you get your passport, that's going to grant you access to countries of the world, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, even going into Canada, you need a passport now, which I do have one. But I remember the days when you could just have your enhanced license. But now you need a passport just to go into Canada. Just to go into Canada, you need a passport. So I welcome you guys coming into the channel and things like that. We're just talking about for the brothers, more so trying to encourage more brothers to travel, get out of their comfort zone and things, do some things a little bit different and things. So yeah, so that's something in regards to that. Hey, how you guys doing? All right. Say, are you the policeman? are you are you stalking someone? I know, right? No, I'm not stalking nobody, man. And I ain't no policeman. I may sound like one. I probably could have been a good PI though, for private eye, you know. So yeah, that's funny though. Uh, are we? What you say? Are we stalking someone? No, brother. I don't do the stalking thing though. You know, that's funny. Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, but no, this is just about me in general, especially for the brothers to get those passports, man. Because that's what I'm talking about for tonight's discussion. You know, but yeah, I said I was going to start doing some stuff. You know, and we have the conversations, or I'm having conversations about different topics. Let me ask you guys this that are in the room: do you have your passport? You know, that's a question though. Do you have your passport and things? I'm just over here making money, doing my Uber thing, doing my Lyft thing at night. But do you guys actually have your passports and things? So that's the question, you know. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. You can go down to the post office and you can actually fill out an application, or you can do it online. Once again, you're probably going to be looking at about 165 to $170. You know, let me see what you got down here. Yeah, you do need a passport. Do you want to travel? And I don't have my passport. I believe that you want to travel. Yeah, uh, yeah, um, yeah. So what you want to do, Lopez, is that all you gotta do is go to the post office, and like I said, I know there's some stipulations. They won't give it to you. It's just certain type of stipulations, but you can get the app. It's free for the app. You fill it out, and how long did it take me? It took me about was it 12 weeks, 13 weeks? But I had it and I got it, and you can get a little booklet and things like that. I can't get one. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Hey, bad life choices. Hey, I understand, man. I understand. You know, ain't nobody perfect. But do you owe like child support or something? You ain't gotta go into a lot of detail, but I know most commonly um, with men, if it's child support, that's one of the things. If you're in arrears, they definitely won't give it to you. You got if it's certain type of felonies, they won't give it to you depending on what it is. But you ain't got to go into it and things. But yeah, because other than that, let me see, no criminal activity. Hey, hey, I get it, man. Hey, ain't nobody perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect. But I understand. I do. I totally understand. Yeah. So thing about it is I would I would probably ask, to look into it. I don't know. I don't know how fresh it is. I'm not an attorney or nothing, but you know how that goes. So, is this something recent, or is this something? Is this something that happened a long time ago, or is it something recent? I'm just curious. Yeah, cause yeah, that's the thing about it, man. I know life choices, man. I totally understand. But I mean, how is things? Are you in America, or you know, uh, are you in America, or are you somewhere else? Oh, it's like over 10 years. I don't know the nature of the criminal activity and that's cool. But I would definitely talk to someone. I know. Okay, you in America? Okay, cool. They giving a lot of spongements off, man, and I would look into it. I mean, you could probably get some free legal advice about the expungements and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, easy. I used to live. You know what? I used to live in Arizona. Believe it or not. Yeah, I stayed in Arizona back in 2000. I got a good friend of mine that's still there, man. He used to live in Maricopa. You know, I was down there on Indian School Road, man, on the west side, Indian School, and I think it was 75th uh, Avenue, I believe it was. I was over there, man. Yep, on the west side, man. But I visited Arizona back in January and things. So yeah, I was over there back in January over there in Arizona and things. So, but it changed a lot, man. When I left, when I moved out of there, they were just building the 202. I get back there, I'm on a 303. Tell me why I'm on the 303 and the 404, man. You know, so yeah, I know about it. Yep. I don't know if you're in Tucson or Phoenix, but yeah, I know something about Arizona. You know, but those are good times though, man. It wasn't as crowded as it is now, man. Y'all got a lot of people from Cali and other places, man, and yeah, it just seemed to be very congested. Traffic ain't never been that great. Being on the number 10 and things like that. Let me see, the number 10, the number 17. There's a few others though, man. I just was not a big fan of the traffic out there though. Yeah, but yeah, I would look into an expungement, man. You know, you can get some legal advice and just ask them about it and see what they say. You know, but I'm over here in Detroit now, man, and it's jacked up over here, bro, man. This ain't a place, man, that I wouldn't wish for nobody. Detroit is good for like it's a sports town, foodie town. It got some great points. I'm not dogging on Detroit like that, but when it comes down to relationships, this ain't where you want to be. It just depends on who you are. But as a brother, I just tell the brothers, you know, you come here to visit, but you don't want. No, this ain't what you want. Everything else is cool, but this ain't what you want, man. You don't want that. Yeah. No, it's no snow here yet. Thank God. You know. Actually, man, we've been up in the we've been up in the 70-degree weather. I'm showing I got 70-degree right now though. For real, you know. I'm just chilling in the car, got the windows down, but it's been feeling pretty good. Pretty good while it lasts, you know. While it lasts. Yeah. But yeah, we've been getting a little, you know, this has been cool weather though. But yeah, it does get cold here, man. I do not like the winters here in Michigan, man. The winters is bad. They can be brutal, man. The most I've been in far as the cold weather, I've been in like negative 10. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's that's dangerously cold. Dangerously cold. Yeah, the weather is 70 degrees. Oh, right now in AZ? Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, man, this is cold for y'all. Wait a moment, 70 degrees is cold for Arizona, man. I've been in Arizona for 70 degrees, man, when I used to live out there. When it got down to 60, I was like freezing, man. I was freezing at 60, man, for some reason. I guess my blood thinned out, you know, when I was out there. But yeah, man, we just talking about getting that passport, though, man. That's what's up. I mean, you can still listen, though, man, because I don't know about you over there where you are. And I dated in Arizona, man. I was back in the days, man. I was all on the internet, man. Social media on the internet. This is probably when the time of Facebook started coming out. MySpace was a thing. I didn't mess with MySpace, Black Planet, few others, and things like that. But yeah, you know, I didn't want to talk about the weather. I was just talking about there. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I'm just talking about like importance of of the passport, man. But I dated, yeah, I dated out there though, man, and it was a little bit better than it was here. It's really bad here though, man. This ain't what you want. Like Detroit is good for certain things, but not for that. You can get your education here and food, scenes, all that, but this ain't what you want. But the importance of the passport is being able to roll out. Now you can still go to Puerto Rico though, man. That's part of the United States. You know, I never been to Puerto Rico, but you know, it don't. You know, you're not required to have a passport, and you know, English or not speaking, you can still go there and have a good time, man, and things. So, I mean, that'd be one place to check out and stuff like that. I got a nephew that he's been to Cartagena, Colombia last year and things. So his biggest sticking point and hurdle was is that he didn't really know very much Spanish. That was like his major thing though. But it's a beautiful country. He had pictures and everything. I never been, but yeah. And then I know they had a little bit of issue down there with some of the foreigners going down there and getting drugged and stuff like that, man. So it's a beautiful country, but you got to be careful going to places like some of these countries, man. Because yeah, man, that's the thing about that. But passport, man, it starts off with the passport first, and that's what I'm really advocating for the men to get your passport. Because like it is, when you go into some of these countries, man, and visit and things like that, then you'll start seeing a little bit better quality of women, especially when you go in South America and then you go far east. You'll start noticing some things differently of how you're treated, how you're respected, and how they, you'll start noticing those things. And if you are looking for a wife, and ultimately, yeah, that'd be something right there that you want to look into. So yeah, so that's the thing about that. Yeah, mm-hmm, yeah. But yeah, I would look into that. Look into Puerto Rico and stuff like that, or if you can't, if you have a felony, yeah, yep. So other than that, though, yeah, I'm just over here right now. Just doing a little bit of the live, just trying to encouraging the brothers to get their passports and stuff. Um, what we're gonna talk about besides passport, man? Yeah, you guys got to get your passport. I mean, straight up. I'm gonna keep talking about the passport because I got a passport, and travel. Just getting out of the environment that we are in right now. Um, we are inundated with this woke agenda type stuff, an attack on male masculinity, where men are afraid or can't be a man. And we are actually doing some pushback on that because that's the thing about it. And I'm encouraging you guys to start, looking into some other alternatives and stuff like that. Because the problem in America that I've seen, and I noticed with others, when I traveled out, I noticed how men in these other Eastern countries, how they interact with women, is totally different. Because like if you go to the Philippines, right, and Filipino women are very beautiful, but you see them all the time. It's no big deal. The difference I notice over here in America is like men, and I see this just in general, man. It's kind of like a doggy dog over here, um, type of deal, and it's how they interact with women over here that it gives women, even average women, like it's like a dogmatic thing. You're not being in a nightclub. This is a perfect example. I remember back in the days when I used to go to the nightclub and they would call some real meat, like we used to have a name for them, right? When you go to the nightclub, and you'll see all the men there. Ain't much change. All the guys there, all the girls on the dance floor, they're all dancing with each other, all cute, all this dancing up, all type of deal. And all the guys, most of them are out there on the wall or just looking on the floor. And if you had like dancing, if you had dance game, you can get in a little bit. But if you had dance game or charisma, you really had it going on. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, and that's what it remind me of here in America, like with society and things like that. It remind me of that situation, type of deal, and it's just it's different here than when you go even in Canada, man. I enjoyed myself when I was in Canada, and I've been over there ever since I was 18 years old. So when there's places that I visited, and I had girlfriends and all that stuff over there, but it was a whole different experience than it is here. Here it's just, it's just terrible. Especially here in Detroit, it's even worse that I've seen. But that's why I'm always encouraging the brothers and others to get your passport, get out there. That way you can be able to have that experience. One thing about it is that I did it when I was young. Like I said, 18 years old. You would appreciate it better. I'm not saying you can't appreciate it as an old guy, but I don't know what it's like going to places being like 40, 50 years old. The best times to really be able to travel is, like I said, when you're young with your passport, when you're able to do it. You don't have no responsibilities if you have done it right. And if you're looking for a wife, you're gonna definitely find it in some of these countries, man. You can go as far as Canada, and you could be able to find yourself something that's really, really nice. Because let's face it, some parts of the United States, it's getting real bad, man. And for the brothers, man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all, man. It's not looking good. It's hard to date in an environment, especially like Detroit, where you don't have a lot of opportunity or not of options for marriage-minded women, because feminism is the number one thing that prevent um, women from being women. It have changed them from being a woman to like a man woman type of deal or whatever, because society have told them and promised them all these things. And then when they start to get older as women, then they start to find out that the lie, it is the big lie. And tell me why when younger women buy into feminism, when it's usually they hit, it's all in college, all in high school, middle school, all this other kind of stuff. Um, that they're told that they're Superwoman, Wonder Woman, all this other stuff. But when they get up in their 40s and 50s, they start to understand it wasn't as promised as they were. Because I know women that's going in their 40s, 50s, and it's not a good thing though, man. It's at that point, most of the guys don't want you at that age like that, want you young. But that's why I say men got to start exercising and doing some pushback, because we got this woke society that's going on where they are telling, I'm talking about to the left, they're telling us as men, and this is in general, that we are not allowed to be men, and they want us to be women. Since women can't be men, they want the men to be like women, man. And that's where I draw the line in the sand, man. And I'm encouraging you guys to make a stance now before it's too late, because it's just dumpster fires in these other places, man. Get your passport. Look into some of these countries. I got intel on places. If you are looking for a wife, you're looking for wifey material, you want somebody to love you, treat you right, and all this other stuff. Because, like I said, this is something that I would look into, regards to, some alternatives, giving some answers, and to some age-old problems, though, man. Because, like I keep saying before, man, it's only going to get worse. And women in the West, when it come down to dating, divorce is high. Check this out. Here's some data for you. Um, when it comes down to marriage, men exit women. Um, Hold on for a minute. Let me just take care of this first. Men exit. They leave women at a 40% rate, and women leave men at a rate of 70% when it comes down to divorce, when they exit the relationships. And that's pretty big. I'm telling you guys, man, y'all don't have a snowball chance in hell if you claiming that you finding a woman here in America. I'm gonna say this: the divorce rate is against you of being successful. This is the culture that it breeds, man. It's a waste of money and a waste of time. And then you know what the thing about it is? It's the alimony. And these are the marriage laws. And in certain states, I believe like Illinois, New York, and California, I know California for certain, and I think Illinois too, where they have lifelong alimony, where you pay out after 10 years. Some of them, if your marriage is like 10 years or more, you're going to be subject to pay lifetime alimony, man. Lifetime alimony, and that's not what you want. Now, let me see. I see what you're asking. What countries that I visit? I have gone to Mexico, and I have gone to Canada so far. So those are the only two that I have visited so far. I do plan on going to the Philippines and Thailand next year. I know somebody that lives in Thailand. She's very nice. The lady that I met and things like that, and she lives in southern Thailand. I got a friend of mine that was in the Marines. He's been over in Thailand ever since he was 18, and he was basically like a mentor to me, like an older brother. And I wanted to go and join the Marines, but being flat-footed, it didn't work out. Had it would have worked out for me, yeah, I would have been a Marine, and I would have been all in these other countries and stuff like that. You could actually do it with IT, because once I finished my classes with cybersecurity, and that's another thing I've been encouraging, to get into that field, get into cybersecurity, because what's nice about cybersecurity, you can work remote. You make a very good living. In some of these countries, they have what they call a nomad visa, and that allows you that the government in these other countries, they will recognize you staying there temporarily and working there. You have permission to work there. And I think with some of these nomad visas, I think they can go up to about 6 months or so. I would look into that as well, but I would highly recommend for men, especially the brothers, to get into IT, because that's where it's at, where it allow you to have the leverage and things like that, where you can be able to go overseas and stay for a considerable amount of time. That'd be something that I would recommend as well. But I can tell you my experiences of being in Canada, and like I said, Canadian women, because what I like about it, it's like Canada is like I don't like the taxes there. The taxes suck. I do not like the taxes there. That's why I couldn't stay there, though. I couldn't do the long term thing over there in Canada because of the taxes. But some of the things that I do like about Canada, when it come down to the women, for the most part of it, they were very open. They were very friendly for Canadian women, and and I dated like different women, different ethnic women as well, and they got you name it. I mean, Somalian, Ethiopian, they got island women from the islands. They got African women from these other areas. I mean, for some of you guys, unless you live in Minnesota, when's the last time you ran into somebody from Somalia, right? But they got people over there from Cuba and stuff in Canada. They got people from Japan, Korea, China, Philippines, Vietnam, Vietnamese. They got a lot of different ethnicities in Canada under one roof. And caller, and I'm gonna resume this later. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.